Hey guys, I've got to share this moment with you. For the last 3 months, I've been relentlessly producing content for Instagram to try and grow a personal brand. And I gotta say, it's been a hard journey. Guys, so I've done nearly 90 reels now. I have to admit, I've invested in an editor. If you can't invest in an editor, go back and go back and watch, guys, if you want to do this yourself, my other videos about how I've been growing my Instagram. I say what you need to do. Get InShot on your iPhone. I'm sure they have it for Android. Get the lifetime membership for £40. Develop a system for how to edit your videos and learn to do simple edits. Keep it super simple. Do not spend 6 hours 4 hours, 3 hours as I first did, trying to produce perfect edits. No one's going to see your first videos anyway, probably. That's the first thing. If you're able to invest in an editor for $10 or $15 a reel, you're as I have been able to, you're very fortunate and you've got a big leg up. From then, you need to, of course, to be able to produce the content. So look, I think just go back and watch my other videos about, or put questions if you want me to answer how you do this. You need to do the groundwork for marketing. So buy the one-page marketing plan book and figure out who your target market is, what the problem is you're going to solve, and how you're going to communicate that first. Second, learn to speak. Buy the TED Talks book by Chris Anderson and practice. Okay, it takes lots of repetition. You're going to be rubbish at first. It's okay. If you struggle with that, get Mindset by Carol Dweck, the book. If you struggle to read, as I have done, it's taken me 20 minutes to read one page before. Learn to read. Jim Quick, speed reading. This is the journey I've been on. So one-page marketing plan, you must figure out who your target customer is. Number 2, you've got to learn how to speak on the camera, which I'm getting better at all the time just through practice. It's taken a long time. Number 3, you need to learn how to do simple edits. Okay. Then you need to do a content plan for 90 days. Every day. Do it 7 days at a time, but you got to batch produce, shoot the content. So for Instagram, you'd put your camera on vertical like that. This is YouTube, so you have it horizontal. Took me a while to figure that out. Okay, I didn't even know that at the beginning. Shoot 7 videos, and then you've got to block this in your calendar, because I would, for years, have been saying, oh, I'll do this whenever. It never is going to happen unless you schedule it in and make it a must. And there'll be 7 horrible videos because you're just starting out. Go with it. Okay, so you figure out who your target customer is, you learn to speak, and then you produce content that speaks to that target customer. I'm in the weight loss industry, and I help men transform their physique and then keep it. That's my speciality. Okay, so I produce content about that. So 4 pillars of my content are mindset, nutrition. I have a master's degree in nutrition. How to exercise, I'm very knowledgeable on that. And then really restoration and sleep. Okay, so intelligent habit change, nutrition, exercise, and sleep. They're my 4 pillars of content. And then produce 7 videos at a time. And they'll be rubbish, don't worry about it, go with it. Then do basic edits, or if you're lucky enough to afford an editor like I am, get 7 videos and then start posting. And now the reason why I'm giving this video is because I've done nearly 90 reels now on my Instagram account, which was dead for 2 years. I didn't post, and nothing was happening. In the beginning, I just lost followers. Okay. That is soul destroying, and that is where those books like Mindset by Carol Dweck and all the other books I've read like 55 books in the last 2 years all on mindset, because I believe in Imran Gadji. I believe in what he's done, and he said that he changed this, and this then changed his life. You are your best asset. That's where all of those reading on books, Positive Psychology, Start With Why, what else have I read? Poster Profits by Simon Mitchell, Mindset by Carol Dweck, Tony Robbins books, all of that stuff. And I've spoken about books I've read, The One Thing, Essentialism. All of that allowed me to keep going for 90 days with no movement on my social media really whatsoever. And I'm investing in this editor. The edits are amazing that he's doing. The content is really good content. I'm knowledgeable on this stuff. The shorts, I've practiced speaking well. I'm using a microphone. It's all great stuff. And there are like 2 likes on a reel. You know, it's soul destroying. And you think, well, after I've done, when I started out, I thought I'll do 7 reels. I'll do it for a week and then surely things will start to pick up. That's a big mistake. You've got to set your expectations. Social media's got more competitive. But I thought surely after 30, every single day, posting every single day, you'd think something will happen. Nothing. As I'm saying, I was losing numbers. The reason that happens is because suddenly now you're in all of people who are following you, you've been silent, and now you're up in their feed all the time. People don't like it, and so they delete you. And these are people you thought were your friends, maybe, or kind of like friendly acquaintances. Don't take it personally. It's just the way it is. 60 days, nothing. I gained like 2 followers. 60 reels, nothing. And now, eventually, I've just seen after I've posted, actually it's 100. I've done 100 reels. I got a badge on Instagram. You hit milestones. Instagram or Meta try and gamify you. Well done, you've posted your first 10 reels. Then it's 30, then I think 60. I've done 100. So I thought, come on, Instagram, I've done 30 reels. I've done 60 reels. Surely, you know, the algorithm should be favoring and pushing me now. I didn't invest in promoting any posts. Maybe I should have done that. And it's only now, just looked on my Instagram right now, 5 minutes ago or 7 minutes ago, I've passed 100 reels, I think yesterday, that now finally 2 of my reels have got not like 30 or 200 views. I've got consistently 500 views because you get a notification saying, well done, you've got 500 views. 500 views. I've got 1,000 views. 1,000 views. So I've got now 4 reels, and these are like, for me, a big jump in numbers. So I don't know if 100 reels does something. I don't know if it's just coincidence and this will all fade away again, but it feels like and looks like maybe this is the beginning of the compound effect. I've heard with social media, there's a big phase where nothing happens, and then when you least expect it, if you keep going and if your content's good, that's the kind of cruel thing, is you don't really know. Then you start to see a pickup in numbers and the algorithm starts to push your. So I hope this is the beginning of things picking up for me. Now, it's not all about the numbers. You don't just want loads of followers. You want people who actually you could help with your service. You know, it's better to have 1,000 true fans. There's a book called 1,000 True Fans. I've forgotten the name of the guy who wrote that. But I know somebody personally who has 320 something thousand followers, and they make no money from their Instagram because you need systems in the back end. You need to have something that you can offer, a service. Ideally, you automate it. I know someone else who's got 3,000 followers and makes $8,000 a month, every month. Okay, because those followers really believe in that guy and he's given them a ton of value. So it's not all about just getting followers. You've got to give value. So you've got to speak to their pain. The big thing is, can you take away people's pain? So for me, guys who are fat and out of shape, and that used to be me, and I just did not believe I could change, I helped them get from that place of total despair, where I just thought people were born fat. That's what I'd resigned to. This belief that you're born that way, maybe. Because my best friend was ripped with an 8-pack because the way he was raised to eat very small portions. You know, the way I was raised, there was always food available. You're encouraged to finish, and all with good intention, but I ate too much food. And I was not as active as I could have been. So I was chubby. So I help those guys, and I know how to build muscle very well. That's what my master's degree thesis was on, hypertrophy or muscle growth. I'm very good at that. If the people I've worked with, especially if they've trained before, within 3 weeks of working with me, they can see their body really beginning to change, because I know how to train people. I know the order of exercises. I know all of this, all of the jazz that goes, all the other stuff that goes around it that you need to have in place. So yeah, that's who I help. And I number one, I care about those guys. You've got to care about your target market, because I've been there. I know how horrible that is to be out of shape, and be feeling kind of insecure about your body and stuff. So yeah, that's my journey. I wanted to record this because I hope it's a mark in time moment. Let's see, 100 reels. Nothing happened. I don't think I would have been able to keep it up if it wasn't for all the books I read. I began to use it as a mindset training. I thought the harder this gets, where I'm putting in all this work and seeing nothing, no movement on my social media, whatsoever, the more I'm going to use this as a way to train my mind to keep going, and use this as a mental strength building exercise. So either way, I can't lose. Either I'll keep going and nothing will come of this, and I'll have to change strategy, but I will have trained this. I didn't give up on myself. Or I'll get both. It will be, I'll push through and I'll begin to get movement on my Instagram. So if you're growing your Instagram and feeling at a loss, you can go back and watch my videos. You've got to know your target market, figure out a strategy, who it is you're speaking to, plan recording, learn how to speak. Or just the best way to learn is to do. The best, as Joe Polish says, great marketing guy, the best way to get started is to get started. Start speaking and then do basic edits. Please do not try to spend 3 hours editing one reel. You will burn out and give up. Do a simple flash in, add subtitles, maybe put 1 or 2 pictures, and then fade out and export, upload it to Instagram, let it go. Because you're going to need to do probably hundreds if you're speaking to a pain point and solving it. So figure out who your target market is. I hope that if this speaks to one person who felt how I did in this 100 days and on the verge of giving up, then I hope this helps you keep going. As long as you learn, there is no failure. So it might be if you're speaking on, I don't know, how to be a dating coach or something like that, but actually the advice you're giving isn't amazing. Like after 300 videos or 200 videos, you might decide, I think this, either I've got to up my game, like get better at this. So read another book by, say, Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction, or whatever. Or I might need to change tact. Maybe I would be better in another area. So as long as you learn, there is no failure. I hope this helps someone. Keep going.